Hey Aries, welcome back to Deku Tarot and welcome to your November 2020 reading. If you haven't, do make sure to subscribe, and I want to thank you guys for all of your support, and I want to especially thank you for your patience. I really wanted the November readings to come out all in that first week. America had different plans, and if you guys weren't aware of this by now, yes, I live in America and it's been a crazy week. So forgive me if things haven't been on time this year. Don't forget Mars is retrograde, and fun fact, my Mars is in Aries. So this has been an especially exhausting time for me. I feel like I haven't been able to get traction on the things that I need to, on my goals and the things that I have deadlines on even. It's been very difficult. All my timing has been totally off since it started. And it's hard to not notice that. And being ruled by Mars, when it goes retrograde, I mean, Mars, the ruler of our sexuality, of our energy, of all that good stuff, is just retrograde. Our drive is retrograde. And it has been forcing us to look at what we put our drive into. Yeah, but it's not really fun when you're tired all the time, right? And then you're having to face all of these things that we really don't want to face, that we put our energy into, because Aries, we kind of just go in. That's what we do, right? And I can really vibe with your energy because my Vedic or sidereal chart is, my sun is in Aries. And even in my Western chart, I have a Mercury and a Mars in Aries, like I just said. So I really vibe with your energy. And most people that are energy readers see me as an Aries, which I find always so interesting. The Taurus part of me gets a little offended. But I can honestly say that your readings do resonate with me quite a bit. Not all the time, but I have a feeling this month, with some of the cards that I've already kind of taken out here, feeling I'm going to vibe with it. Let's just say that. So if you have been trying to skirt past an issue by having some fun, by trying to, celebrate the good things right now, that's totally fine. Do it, whatever. But don't use all these good vibes, energy, whatever it is that you're celebrating, and you probably will be celebrating this month. You definitely will be, because work is going to be great for you. Work is going to change in a very positive way. But with Venus in Libra, your house of relationships, and Mercury being retrograde as well in Libra, your house of relationships. I mean, by this point, actually tomorrow it will move into Scorpio, but it's been a wild and uncomfortable ride through the psyche of your past relationships, and really looking at love in a different way, what you need, what you want, those things that you don't want to talk about that are going to come up anyways because you need to talk about them. You don't want to talk about them, I know it. And just looking at this card, I can already sense the frustration and the anger of being like, damn, we're going to talk about that, aren't we? Yeah, I'm not going to make you, but it's there. And it's important to recognize that it's there, because holding on so tightly to all of it, you won't be able to this month. You're not going to be able to keep those cards close to your chest. You're not going to be able to hold on to the weight of what is shifting below you in terms of your relationships and in terms of love. And you can't distract yourself out of this one. You can't. Sometimes, Aries, you like to kind of joke your way out of something, be the comedian. You can't do that this time, and you won't be able to. You might try, but you're not going to be able to. It's kind of destabilizing, and that's saying it in a really nice way, but internally you're feeling very destabilized, because for some of you, things that you've put a lot of time, effort, energy into, that you feel comfortable with, again, especially in work, are going to change. So get ready for that. If you've been stagnant, again, with that Mars retrograde finally moving direct on the 14th in your sign, it's going to feel like your energy just got totally freed up. Your life is going to get freed up. And all these things that are sludgy and going on under the surface are going to suddenly start shooting up from the ground, and you're going to have to be dealing with them like this. Things are going to be shifting, changing. There's a lot of action, a lot of moving energy when the Eight of Wands comes in. And it is putting you in a higher position, in a better position. But coming out of a Mars retrograde, you're going to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Even for me, this change is a bit fast. This is all a bit fast. You want me to just get over these things, move on from this thing that I had to let go of. And for whether it's a relationship, work, maybe many things, you have a lot of shifting changes happening. So get ready to let go of what you hold on to, especially in terms of career and work, and be open to change, because the opportunities and the energy that comes in and wants to take you with it is very positive and very much there. And as I looked at the clock, it just said 555. So forgive me, but I'm pretty sure change is coming for y'all. Change is here for everybody this month. November is going to be, I feel like I say this every month, but I just feel it in November. I know that this is going to be like the month. We just have too much happening. We have, again, that new moon in Scorpio on, what is it, the 15th actually, right in the middle of the month. And that is going to be such a time of awakening for everybody. It's going to be a real time of death and rebirth. And I know that those are cheesy things to say for Scorpios, but that's really what it is. It's going to be some major, major transformative moments. And if it doesn't hit you fully then, it's going to get you out that lunar eclipse in Gemini on the 30th. Yeah, there's a lot happening astrologically. It's a little much to get into, right? But it's propelling us through change. It's like just throwing us like a ball. Like, go. And then you think you're going to stop and you're going to get back down. Nope, keep going. And we're going to go that way and then that way. You don't know where they're going to toss you next. And it's a little uncomfortable. But you can roll with that. Like I said, you didn't see things panning out this way. You may have hoped and prayed for some type of change, something really good. Whatever it is that your goal has been, I want that success. I want that kind of job. I want this. And it hasn't come, hasn't come, hasn't come. And here it is. You don't have to keep waiting for it. It's there. You've worked for it. You've earned it. You've put in that energy. And now that it's here, it's kind of like, now you made me go through all that, and now we want to do this? Okay, cool. But resist the urge to be stubborn about it and just take up what you're given here, because you're going to do great. And you're standing in such a position of power, it feels to me, by the month's end, that you are master of these changes, master of all this. You're getting there. When your card, the Emperor there, shows up in your reading upright, these changes are good for you. They're putting you in a position of the power that you've wanted, to feel at home in this power, to feel like you have control over things again, like you're a creator and you have faith in yourself. You have faith in what you're able to do again. And I feel we've had some issues with that. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Things again, that Three of Wands. Whenever I see the Three of Wands, it's your ships are coming in. You wanted this. You've been looking for it. She's got her magnifying glass. She's been searching for this. She's looked deeper at it. And because it's so different than maybe what we expected, but it is what we asked for. It is what we've been asking for, yes. But it's different than what we expected. And you're going to be like, can I analyze this? I don't know. Like, this is a lot. Just analyze why you're so afraid to take this on all of a sudden. If you start to have fear that comes up about all these changes, remember who you are. You're an Aries, and you can always get on top of that. It's just going to be a lot all at once. And I know it's uncomfortable and it's not great for the energy and the astrology this year, but when we try harder and we put more into it, the results that we get are going to be much, much greater than if we sat around waiting and doing nothing. And just letting this oppressive energy just force us into the same old routine, same old path. It's what you work against. It's how you shift. It's how you change. It's how you adapt, really, in this situation. It's a harder push. It's more energy to put into something, but you can do it. Nine of Pentacles. Success. Feeling proud of oneself because of what we've been able to create, do, be, how we're appearing to the world. Your whole reading here shows a lot of success and a lot of coming from this to this. And having this right there in the middle being pushed along by that Eight of Wands. It's smooth sailing. You're just going to have to put in some work, especially in terms of actual career and work this month. But I think you'll be all too happy to do that because of everything else that's going on below the surface about relationships and all that stuff. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Yeah. You have to let something go that's already dead. That will be very clear to you when it comes up and you realize you haven't really worked through that and you didn't really put an end to that. That's maybe not something you can just end. It's that kind of stuff. Like, oh, all those emotional scars and PTSD from that ex that come back. And you're like, oh, wait, I didn't deal with that, really. And it starts affecting you where you're at. The emotions, the stress, the anxiety, the lack of sleep. And again, you can't numb it with alcohol, good food, drugs, whatever it is, whatever your poison is. You can't distract yourself from it this month because it really wants you to come at it head on. King of Wands. It wants you to take responsibility, to take direction with this, to say what needs to be said, and to be, again, to be a big boy about this. It's like, put on your big boy pants. It's really what it's saying here. And you're like, okay, that's right, I'm an Aries. I can do that real easy. Let me just step up and have a conversation here, right up front and center. You have a very upfront energy, almost to the point of being abrasive, putting people off because you're so intense about where you're coming from. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's, this is what I'm saying, this is what I feel, and that's that. I'm not trying to mince my words. And you kind of have to approach this energy this month with that, especially around that new moon in Scorpio. You're going to feel the weight and the pain of what has happened and that loss. Looking at a nice way to end it, though. Looking at all this. What and who we've lost love and faith in, and how it left us, and why we still have this pain coming up now. Has it almost become an addiction that comes up and warns you against enjoying yourself again, against having it? Has it become, whatever it has become, it has morphed into something that is obstructing you from having success and happiness and depth within relationships. And so it has to be talked about. And if you're in a relationship, talking about these things is the way to heal. We have to talk about the elephant in the room. The thing that's not going away, but is causing all this pain. And the more we ignore it, the more ingrained it becomes in your relationship. But again, there's healing and there's a real sense of beauty and depth and understanding to the stars and the light at the end of a very long and dark tunnel. There's an expansion and awareness that's coming into those in relationships. And those of you that are single are having to work through, you know, that past stuff that's just really, really still stuck on you. We can move forward. Can we? It's a lot of working through things here. and deciding, can we work on this in a different way than we have before? So for those of you who want to step up and get deeper and really grow in your relationship, really know each other on a deeper and more changed and transformed level. And as I say that, the rain starts falling. Yeah, it's going to be emotional. It's going to be relieving, though, to release this part of you, to talk about these things and see where we can go from here, whether it's one way or the other. It's very positive, and at least we're working with it. And I feel good about it, honestly. This feels very healing. And like we can finally bring things into understanding, where we can understand each other better and see each other's points of view, where we're coming from, and talk about what hinders us. Love my word there. It does get more beautiful. It does get more deep. It does get to that next level if you want it to. But we have to be willing to put in the work. Again, there's a lot of nostalgia and things that do come up from the past. And it's just because we got so much in our relationship houses this month. And it's a lot to look at. It's a lot to feel. And it's a lot to sift through. It's not like you're longing maybe even for that person of the past, but the pain and the memories and maybe a good hard look at where we stood and all that. And maybe, oh no, maybe I was to blame for this. Why did I do this? Maybe I should have done this better. I'm not really liking how I looked in that situation. It's all that kind of stuff. Maybe that is why there's so many swords in the back there. It's not just what other people have done, but looking at what we've done as well. But the Six of Cups is reconciliation in those in relationships, a deepening, a deeper understanding, getting back to that root of love and reinvigorating it. There's a lot of heart connection there, but don't get too hung up on the past. The past is no more, and I think it's a good time to say that it's much healthier at this point to just start looking for the future and stop holding on to these past things that just end up holding us back. Our past commitments, ideals, who we were. Well, past Aries wouldn't do this. Maybe now Aries shouldn't do this. Is that me? Well, what do you feel about it now? Don't worry about these things, you know? Don't get into that Libran headspace too much. It's not you. It's moving on, it's moving forward, and it's leaving something behind here this month in general. We're leaving something behind that might be very difficult and emotional to walk away from, to fully put behind us, but it opens us up again for a really, really beautiful, really empowered future. Just because you lose something does not mean that you can gain some, that you won't be able to gain something better. And remember, the man on the top of the mountain didn't fall there. And that's all I want to leave that one at. Let's pull a Lynn V. Andrews Oracle deck, actually. All right, for Aries. And if you haven't, do make sure to subscribe if you want to book a private reading. All of my information, as always, is right below my video in the description box. Enduring. And you guys have really endured a lot here, obviously. I really find that this card is so perfect for you this month, because you have weathered so much. And nobody gives Aries credit where they're like, oh, they're impatient, they're babies, they can't finish anything. They endure a lot. We endure a lot. And you guys have been through some very deep and painful moments and are having some really intense stuff come up now to be felt, emotionally dealt with. And as a fire sign, that's not really fun, right? But enduring is what we will do. Take a stone in your hand and meditate on it, or use the stone surface pictured on the card. Go into the stone, experience her quiet soul. The stone welcomes your visit. Let her experience the inside of your heart. See how you are each an enduring mirror for the other. You are everything, mirroring everything. Sorry, you are everywhere, mirroring everything. The stone absorbs you and you absorb the stone. How can you be alone if you are part of everything? You're the totality of enduring existence. Therefore, nothing in existence can upset you. All right, Aries, I love you so, so much. If you are interested in checking out your birth chart, getting a birth chart analysis, getting a compatibility analysis done through astrology or numerology chart done, Truly Divine does an amazing job, and you can use my code DQ30 as many times as you want to get 30% off. Can't English apparently. And yeah, that's all in the description box below, so check them out if you're interested. They're wonderful. They send you like literally 8-10 pages of information, and it's so in-depth and amazing, so just check them out. And have a wonderful and blessed November, guys. It's okay. We're gonna get through this, and you're gonna get through it as a better and more empowered and strong Aries. So love you guys. Namaste.